Perhaps the coffin's unlocked now? What? I guess that would be the where the waffle one comes from? Shaped like a shield. Has some sort of weird pattern engraved on it. I don't know how to describe it. Probably a code. Unless this is the waffle one. But, if the coffin's unlocked, oh boy! Alright, fine, I'll open it. Here, Junpei, you can do this. It's just a box. It's just a box. Holy shit, this is a coffin. This is gonna be something horrible in there. Oh, I know it. Okay, deep breaths. Here we go. Nothing. Oh man, there's nobody in there. What does that mean? I made a bullshit theory earlier on in the Let's Play that maybe she was up and walking around, and Ace did also mention the possibility that she was walking around. Maybe that's true. Maybe that explains the June thing somehow. I don't know how, unless Alice looks like June. Shit, can't believe I was scared of something like that. What do you mean nobody? Were you expecting someone to be in there? That's a long story. Ask Junpei about it sometime. Well, just like Seven said, there's nobody in there. There is something in there, though. Two somethings, actually. What's this? There are two things in the bottom of the coffin. So we got a plate with an emblem on it and... the Neptune key! Yes, we finally found it. Now we can get through the hallway. That's correct, Clover. We do need to get out of this room first, you know. Yeah, I know. Okay. Let's get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. I don't have any objections to that. I don't think we'll use the Neptune key in this room. It's really important though, so I'll keep it in my pocket for now. As far as this other thing goes... coffin emblem. Metal plate shaped like a shield. Has a sort of cross-hatch pattern on it, like a waffle. There's the waffle. Waffle pattern looks just like the lid of the coffin. Waffle coffin. Alright. I know what to do with these, I think. I believe we have to go over to the place with the thingy. Where's the thingy? Over here. Well, I put the album in the indication, but nothing's happening. Oh, yeah. Okay, yep. Alright. So I gotta go 1 to 4? Just drop the element of the steering wheel in here. Whoa! Now we got something on the monitors at least. What's that? Some kind of puzzle. I wonder if these are the rules. Here, I'll read them to you. When you touch a numbered area, that area will be selected, and it will turn blue to indicate this. Okay. Touching a numbered ball after selecting the area will cause that ball to be moved to that area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 balls into a single area. Ah, yeah. Press the check button once you have moved all the balls except for the red ones, which you cannot move. Digit root of the balls in an area must match the number for that area. That's it. I still don't really get it. It's the Nonary game. Like they say, practice makes perfect. Give it a shot. What you mean practice makes... Wait, what did he say? I'll have to go back and look at it later. Let's see you solve the next one. Then you can make fun of me. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Then we got this weird one. 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 7s? Or is that supposed to be a 4? It's a pretty weird 4. So we can't move the 9. But that's fine. Let's just go, put the 3, and then we'll bring, who wants to keep the 3 company? We'll give them the 2 and the 7. And then over here, give the 6. And then the 1 and the 8 will combo with the 4 and the 5. Yeah, this is it, right? But nothing's happening. There's still 3 more indentations left empty. I imagine something will happen when they're all filled. Doesn't that seem likely? Indentation on the desk. They have the numbers 1 through 4 written above them. Steering wheel, cross, okay, cross, next is a cross, next is a cross, next is a cross, next is a cross, cross, where's the cross? This one's the cross. Okay, emerald the cross. Hey Junpei, something just showed up on the screen. Puzzle sure looks a lot like the last one. Yeah, there's more of those red balls you can't move. Numbers for each area are different too. It's got the same rules. Okay. If you don't want to double check that, that'll be fine. If you're confused, just look at the screen over there. Like this. Pictures with 1,000 words. Wards. What? Isn't that a pictures with 1,000 words? I caught it that time. Shut it! At least I'm trying, alright? Okay, so 1 and 9 are both stuck this time. She's getting into 1 and 7. Well, that's easy enough. 4 and 6 will make a 10. And then 1 plus 0 equals a 1. And then we just gotta add, like, let's see. If you add a 2 and 7, you'll get a 9. And then over here we gotta get a 7. And let's see if we do some quick math. 3 plus 5 is 8, 8 plus 8 is 16, and then it'll equal 7, so... no! No! This one. There we go. It's awesome, Junpei! There's only 2 left now. You can do it! Put in the emblem of the secret code. Damn, this puzzle looks a lot like the last one. Like the rules are the same though. Don't you think you should double check it? This is the 3rd time I've done this. I'll be fine. This is if you can't think of anything clever, please don't strain yourself. You might hurt something. Shut up! Just give me a break, alright? I'll think of something. I make the witty jokes. I do, it's true. 1, 3, and 9. 7 and 7. Makes sense. Okay, we'll give one of them 7. We'll also combo a 4 and 5 with that. And then the other one should just equal 7. Yes, it does. No, heck. Excellent work, Junpei. You've only got 1 left. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But what is that like? That's the question. With how many mindfucks this game has had so far, who knows? Let's see what happens when I put the emblem of the coffin into this invitation. There's the 4th one. This puzzle looks a lot like the last couple. I think this is probably the last one. Once we solve the puzzle, I'm sure something will happen. Alright. Solve it in no time. 8 and 9. Okay, 1, 3, 6, and 9. Alright, so first 9 was left out, then 1 was left out, then 3 is left out, then 6 is left out. I wonder if that's symbolic in any way? I don't know. Let's start with the 8. 8 can take the 4 and the... Wait, this is impossible. We don't have enough numbers. Oh, we go through the 9 door? Because it's the exit? I don't know. It's the only thing I can think of. Then do I check? Okay. Okay. But you need at least 3 people, right? And I can't move the red ones. So it's impossible. So I don't get it. Damn it, I just don't get this at all. It was displayed on the screen. No, it's not about reading it again. Ugh. Do we just go through one door? Okay. Where did that noise come from? Underneath the keyboard? Way to go, Junpei! You answered all the questions. Oh, okay, I guess it makes sense, because to make a 9, you don't actually need anything. Because 9 equals 0. Damn, Junpei, good job! Did you hear something just now? Yes, I heard that as well. From the bottom left corner of the desk, I believe. A photo of some kind? It's gonna blow our minds? Picture? In the drawer was a single picture. Probably gonna see it and it's gonna blow all our minds. He picked it up. It was a photograph of 4 men. Oh yeah! There they are. Voluntarily, Junpei's eyebrows shot up. He'd seen 3 of them before. On the right was a man with a mustache. Same man they'd found murdered in the captain's quarter. He'd been wearing the 0 bracelet when they found him. Second from the left was a man wearing glasses and a doctor's coat. Okay, confirmation, thank gosh, finally. They were being so vague about it, but yeah, the one with the bracelet number 9. He'd gone to door 5 alone and met an unpleasant end. Finally, the man on the very left, the man in the pinstripe suit. Oh man, that's Ace. Yes, it is. No doubt about it. 7 and Clover had come to peer over Junpei's shoulders. But what did it mean? What was Ace doing in the picture? Perhaps more importantly, why were the 9th man and Cap in it as well? Junpei looked closer. He noticed the expression on each man's face. Their smiles suggested that they were close, at least to some degree. Why? How? What was the relation between those 4 men? Snake's voice broke into Junpei's thoughts. You say Ace is in the picture? Yeah. Doesn't look like it was taken recently, though. Ace, the 9th man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger. So the 9th man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the picture? Yeah. Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it. No, there's one more guy. He's got kind of long hair. He looks smart, but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize. It's because he couldn't really see him clearly, what with his mangled corpse. Snake knit his eyebrows. What's the date of the photograph? It doesn't have one. If you look on the back. The back? Yeah, it's the reverse, the other side. Should we flip the picture over? There it was. To be precise, it wasn't a date, but it was certainly significant. Praying for the success of the Nonary project with Nijisaki, Kubota, and Moshido. Okay, so this was Hongo. His picture. He read it out loud so that Snake would not be left in the dark. Praying for the success of the Nonary project with Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido. Nonary project. Nijisaki, Kubota, Musashido. Junpei immediately flipped the picture back over. That meant the 4 men in the picture had run the Nonary game 9 years ago. Only Hongo had not been mentioned on the back, which Junpei felt meant he was writing those words himself. What surprised Junpei was not his revelation, but the fact that it felt nothing like a revelation. Because you've already seen the revelation in the other pathway, that's gotta be it. But what does that mean? Was my bullshit theory about being in some kind of virtual simulator correct? so obvious. That their true identities did not come as a surprise was what Junpei found most surprising. Why then? Why wasn't he surprised? Junpei had just discovered that Ace had run the Nonary project, but he felt no spark of excitement or surprise. Nothing. It was almost as if he'd already known. Ah, of course. I understand now. Junpei looked over at Snake. In his own confusion, he had missed the dark look on the other man's face. Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Kentaro Hongo. Ace is Hongo? Even as he asked, Junpei felt as though he'd already known. It was as if someone had whispered it into his head that yes, of course Ace was Hongo. I had my suspicion from the beginning. Their voices were familiar, too familiar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did. Oh my gosh, I had no idea. Huh? I didn't know that Ace was Hongo. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago you were in Building Q in Nevada. But Hongo was in the Gigantic with us. I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me. I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I told you, Clover, you would have told everyone else. If you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that. Clover and Snake's conversation wasn't of particular interest to Junpei. He still couldn't make sense out of his strange feelings of knowledge. He was trying to organize his thoughts when he heard Seven's voice. Hey Junpei, think I could borrow that picture for a sec? You no reason to say no, so Junpei handed the picture over. Seven stared at the picture and began to mutter the four names of the project's leaders over and over to himself. You're gonna get some memory back? Hongo, Kubota, Ichisaki, Musashido. His brow was furrowed and his face was flushed. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. He chanted their names to himself, pacing back and forth across the floor. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. Seven shouldn't have known their names. After all, he hadn't been there when Junpei and Snake had spoken of them in the library. But as Junpei watched him pace, it was clear that he did know them. Hey Seven, do you... Shut it! Just be quiet! His eyes were red and Junpei could see sweat beginning to bead on his forehead. I'm this close to remembering! This close! He was sweating heavily now, but his lips were dry. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido, Cradle Pharmaceutical, Nonary project. Then he stopped. Seven set down the picture and looked at the red light near his feet. His eyes narrowed. Then suddenly his eyes went wide and he shot up straight. Shit. What? What's wrong? Holy shit. This is nuts. What's nuts? I remember. Remember what? Everything. Everything? Yeah. I remember all of it. My memory's back. I remember what happened before I got snatched. Seven's voice was filled with excitement. Shock and excitement had frozen Junpei in place, along with Snake and Clover. Let me tell you what happened. Seven hastily drew a shaking hand across his mouth and began to speak. Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo. From the rat, the other three are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashido was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hondo's right man, and Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments. Realization began to dawn on Junpei, along with a pressing question. How do you know all this? Come on, man, I told you. Finally got my memory back. No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it. Seven rubbed the scar on his chin. Really want to know? Of course! Me too. Snake was the only one who didn't voice any sort of agreement. He looked to Junpei as if he was simply waiting to see where Seven's sudden recovery might take him. It's gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything. Well, we don't have 3 days. Just give us the short version, alright? Short version, huh? The big man pulled off his hat and scratched his head. He made a face and put his hat back on. Alright, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though. Junpei and Clover nodded earnestly. Seven was a lone wolf detective who valued his own code over the rules, doing what was right over doing what you were told. That was why, on that fateful day, he'd gone with his gut and gone to the wharf at night on a slim lead. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been dark and cold and foreboding. At the time, he'd been investigating a spate of kidnappings, all of them children. They'd all had one thing in common, a history of visits to one particular hospital. The hospital had been under the management of Cradle Pharmaceutical, and Seven's investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little persuasion, he'd managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle Pharmaceutical. They told him that night, a ship was set to take the children from where they were being held to a large fashion liner docked offshore. Seven had, of course, gone to the wharf. Hidden in the shadows, he searched the harbor until at last he found the ship he was looking for. There were a number of human shapes moving near the ship. They were men in black suits. Many of them were carrying large bags. The bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. There could be no mistake, there were human beings in those bags. He had moved before he even realized he was going to. Out of the shadows he came, his gun already in his hand. He heard the words, "Don't move," but they weren't his. He felt metal touch the back of his head. "Drop your gun," came the cold voice from behind him. "I could kill you right now. It would mean nothing at all. I need only tie an anchor to your feet. I doubt anyone will see you for perhaps a week or so. Is that what you like? The fisher would be thankful for the meat." The words, he felt the cold metal thing behind him press against his skull. Slowly, Seven crouched down and laid his gun on the ground. And suddenly, a sharp pain in his neck. Needle. Was it some sort of drug? As he was thinking about that, Seven felt his face hit the cold concrete beneath him. He could feel the chill of it sleeping into him.